Evening. Good evening. All right, so I've got a quick video where I wanted to speak to you guys and just give some general feedback based on your Fat Secret tracking assignment. In my opinion, this may have been, at least for me as the teacher here, one of the most informative assignments, and I hope you guys felt similarly. By reading all of your assignments, I was able to just kind of learn a lot from you guys, like where we're struggling, what we do well, and I had a lot of thoughts. So without further ado, let's kind of just jump in. So here's just a one slide, random ramblings of notes that I kind of wrote on paper that I've just put to this slide here. First thing is your why, right? Know your why, and do you know your why? If not, you find out. So what do I mean here? Like in the most basic sense, your why is, well, what are you attempting to do? Are you attempting to lose weight? Are you attempting to gain muscle? Are you attempting to maximize sports performance? So on and so forth. I think you should have a why. I mean, if you're working as a practitioner, right, and working with clients, you have to know their why for sure. But also, like individually, you should have goals and what's your why. And then if we got a little bit more specific, some of you guys were on specific diets actually. One of you had mentioned carb cycling. One of you had mentioned something about like a specific protein routine you were going for, right? Why are you doing carb cycling? And I'm not saying it's a bad or good thing. I'm just saying what's your why? Okay. And I think now as students that you're gaining a deeper understanding of nutrition, it should enhance your why. Okay. So next thing, of all of the Fat Secret assignments I read, the vast majority of you reported under eating on calories based on the total daily energy expenditure that you calculated. Okay, so why is this? And I started to think, well, why is this? Are all of us in this class like vastly underweight? I don't know. I've never met us. But then I started thinking, well, are you guys overeating during other portions? Like this was a 5-day protocol. Are you overeating during other portions of the month? The next question that most people would probably ask, well, are you properly tracking? And I think this kind of also connects to another question where several students said they were unsure of determining portion sizes. So if something comes in a wrapper, it's pretty easy, or a box, you can just read the label and know the exact portion sizes. But if you're cooking at home or if you're out at night, it can be extremely difficult when ordering from a restaurant, right? So I think a good thing to do, and who knows, we might do this later on the semester, is have you guys start to calculate foods, right, and portion sizes. This might require a scale, I'm not really sure, or maybe some sort of measuring cup, but I think that can really be very valuable for you guys. I've got a scale at home where I don't measure my food. I might measure my food 5 to 10% of the time to just kind of reinforce certain numbers. But very generally speaking, I have an idea, a rough idea, of how many grams of protein is in what, how many grams of carbohydrate is in something else. And it's just because I have a general idea through experience and practice. So I think for you guys to make this even more impactful, at some point in the semester, I might have you guys like weigh out or measure out some foods down the road. Maybe, maybe not. Many of you guys are under eating on protein. Now, this under eating on protein really only applies if you guys are resistance training or performing in sports. And I have no idea the amount in this class, whether it's 50%, 10%, 90%, are regularly resistance training or participating in sports. But if you guys are, and I know a few of you guys that are participating in sports, remember those guidelines, right? Those guidelines that we kind of talked about, I don't know, it was 3 weeks ago now. My rough guideline, my rough rule of thumb is 1 gram per pound of protein. 180-pound male should eat 180 grams of protein. 120-pound female should eat 120 grams of protein. So for a lot of you guys, if you're working out, you might be doing yourself a disservice, right, if you're not eating enough protein. Tracking increases awareness. A lot of you guys talked about awareness and you're really unsure, but what I did notice, right, is that several people had said that they tracked regularly before this assignment. And the one thing that I noticed was the people that tracked before this assignment and have done so in the past were much more likely to come close to their targets than the people who did not. So my conclusion was that tracking probably increases your awareness, and then it's going to enhance your ability to hit your targets because of that awareness. So I think for some of you guys, if you want to start hitting targets, whether it's protein, carbs, weight, whatever, just practice tracking. Even if you don't like tracking, practice tracking for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. You are making an investment on your personal knowledge, right, by tracking of what's in what. Because down the road, you'll probably remember how many grams of carbs is in an apple, right? How many calories is in a piece of whole wheat bread, right? By just doing it for 3, 4, 5 weeks, you're going to remember down the road, and you're making that investment on your knowledge so you don't have to do the work down the road. Now, some people love to track. I know plenty of people that track every day for months and months on end. If you want to do that, feel free. I think that's helpful as well. I believe that's it. So hopefully you guys found this assignment fruitful and learned a decent bit from it.